A judge sentences a Wichita man to more than 10 years in prison after selling illegal drugs and explosive devices to an undercover federal agent. So according to court documents, 31-year-old Adam Garcia will be spending 126 months in prison after he pleaded guilty to one count of drug conspiracy. They say that between March and April of 2024, an undercover agent purchased cocaine, fentanyl, and pipe bombs from Garcia. Two other men have also been sentenced in connection to that case, while one woman is still awaiting her sentencing.